the integration of digital solutions in infrastructure projects such as the Continental High-Speed Train and Smart City initiatives. To align Africa to Agenda 2063 and usher the continent into a new era of shared prosperity, there is no better leader other than the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga.
Excellencies, I present to you a visionary Pan-African, a bold and wise leader, a professional and technocrat, as well as a towering statesman and a veteran mobilizer for positive change. Kenya endorses his candidature unreservedly, and we commit wholeheartedly to support his candidature, his vision, and his leadership.
The champion of Pan-Africanism. This is Africa's century. A man of the people, a mobilizer par excellence, a nationalist, patriot to the core, selfless leader, a peacemaker, and a lifelong Pan-Africanist. Kenya's former cabinet minister.
And we want to say a special thank you to our audience around the world. The questions you sent truly informed the kinds of questions that we then asked our panel here. And we are very happy that you were very involved. It goes to show that indeed the Africa we want is in your hands and that you are actively involved in doing this together. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are back to our last session. My name is Anita Erskine and I'm joined here by my colleague Fatima Sharif, who is our French speaker.
Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much, Anita. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being with us for this final lap of the Mjadala Africa Leadership Debate of the African Union. You have listened during the debate, the questions that were raised, the answers that were given by the different candidates, and we're coming to the end of the debate. And so, Anita, we're going to listen to the closing remarks. To the candidates, so thank you very much, Fatima.
Candidates, you each have 2 minutes to share your closing remarks, or better still, your last words. We will start this round with His Excellency Raila Odinga.
Thank you. I am delighted to have an opportunity to address our people of Africa. And as I said, I am ready to work for Africa. There are reforms that will be necessary so that AU can work more effectively. One of these reforms will be financial reforms that we are able to bring in the African private sector into the funding. I mentioned also the issue of sovereign funds that we can use. We can create a fund that will enable AU to do only its money work. Then there's issue of 0.2% of the duty, which only 17 countries are remitting. I will work to ensure that all the countries will pay their dues to the Union. This is what happens in the European Union, and that's why European Union is able to even fund African Union. It's a shame. We can be able to fund this organization out of our own resources on the continent. And this is what I'm going to try to do. And I said that I am ready on day one when I'm appointed. I will not need any kind of induction. I'm ready to work for the continent, and I will offer my best. The days of Africa have come. The African lion will begin to roar and tell its Asian tiger counterpart and the European bear and the American jaguar that this is going to be Africa's millennium. 2000.
Dear candidate, I'm really sorry to interrupt you once again, but these are the rules of the debate. Nous allons maintenant, mesdames et
We are going now, ladies and gentlemen, give 2 minutes to the candidate of Djibouti closing remarks.
Thank you so much, and let me speak in Arabic. I would like to say that if I will be elected as the chair of the African Union Commission, I will be up to your aspirations and I will defend the interest of our continent, and I will work diligently to defend our continent, and with the full modesty, I think that I deserve it.
Je souhaite à nos pays, à nos peuples africains.
So I wish for our African people, our countries, a very happy 2025.
Tonight, I wish to all African nations and citizens all the best. Thank you for your support.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. And now, 2 minutes for you, His Excellency Richard J. Randemandrato.
En 2025,
in 2025, there will be a new team that will be leading for 4 years. They will be leading the African Union Commission for 4 years, and there shall be 8 high-level public servants like most of us, and we shall be the ones to continue with reforms. We shall be a united team, a team that will have the team spirit to continue in the implementation of the 10-year plan of Agenda 2063. I do regret that this evening we're not able to handle subjects that are so because we did not have enough time. Issues such as public health, the debt, issues of financing and financial institutions of the African Union, questions that have to do with the participation of the civil society and the diaspora, the questions that are linked to information and digital technology. I'm sorry we did not have time to deal with those issues, but on another, we shall have other opportunities, and I shall be able to make my modest contribution. Like in public sport, there have to be players, and there have to be those who choose or who select the players. Those who select the heads of state. It is up to them to select the team that will lead the African Union Commission. For their need, we need a leader. Men and women need a leader, and I hope that in 2025, the wisdom of heads of state and government will balance the team that will win, so that the Africa that we want can continue to win the battle for sustainable development. Thank you. Thank you very much for these closing remarks that have been made by the different candidates.
Candidates, ladies and gentlemen, please, another round of applause for our esteemed candidates. Tonight, we have heard from His Excellency Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, Foreign Affairs Minister Djibouti. We've also heard from His Excellency Raila Amolo Odinga, former Prime Minister of Kenya. We've also heard from His Excellency Richard J. Randemandrato, who is the former Foreign Affairs Minister of Madagascar. Each one of our candidates has done an exceptional job talking about the thematic areas that were set before them. We've talked about advancing economic integration. We've talked about promoting peace and security as well as democracy, Africa's place in global affairs, and reforming the African Union amongst many. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute honor bringing you Mjadala Africa Leadership Debate 2024.
Merci infiniment.
Thank you very much, Anisha. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the Mjadala leadership debate, direct streamed line from the headquarters of the African Union in Addis Ababa. We were delighted to have you with us for the moderation of this debate. Of course, we wish the different candidates all the very best. The election of the new chairperson will take place at the level of the African Union Commission. It will take place in February next year. And thank you to all of you for having been with us, and have a good evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cocktail at the presidential lobby will now begin. Your
Voici le verre et le bijou, oscillant autour de ton cou, les fruits bien mûrs au goût de miel. Aïcha, si tu m'aimes, j'irai pour ton souffle nous mène dans le pays d'ivoire et de verre. J'effacerai tes larmes, tes peines. Rien n'est trop beau pour une si belle. Oh, Aïcha, Aïcha, écoute-moi. Aïcha, non, ne t'en va pas. Aïcha, Aïcha, regarde-moi. Aïcha, Aïcha, réponds-moi. Je dirai les mots des poètes, et la musique du ciel, et je prendrai les rayons du soleil pour éclairer tes yeux de rêve. Aïcha, Aïcha, écoute-moi. Aïcha, non, ne t'en va pas. Elle a dit
I've traveled the length and breadth of this beautiful continent, and I've seen the faces of Africa's future. I understand the continent, and I see the faces of our children, full of hope and energy, and unbound by the borders of yesterday. I dream of an Africa where those borders and colonial languages no longer divide us. From the hills of Kenya, the deserts of Sahara and the Kalahari, from the lakes of Great Rifts to the rainforests of Central Africa, from Indian Ocean to the Atlantic, Africa must be one. I believe in the story of the African lion. The lion is an African animal, is a king of the jungle. The Cameroonian national soccer team is called the Indomitable Lions. The soccer team of Senegal is called the Lions of Teranga. The soccer team of Morocco is called the Atlas Lions. Here in Eastern Africa, we call it the Simba, king of the jungle. When the king roars, the jungle listens. But I'm here as the African lion. I've been asleep in the jungles of the Congo. And now I'm awake and I'm sitting on African gold, African oil, African diamonds, African iron and copper ores. And I have the ability to transform all these materials that I have into wealth for the benefit of my people. I'm ready to serve. My heart is ready, and my hands are steady. And with your support, I shall get the opportunity to be of service to Africa, the cradle of mankind. I am made in Eastern Africa for Africa.
To the African people, Kenya presents to you a candidate who will give the AU visibility and a deserving place in global discourse. One of the expected priorities is to take the African Union to the people and make it work for the citizens of Africa. Indeed, Honorable Raila is a Pan-Africanist who has emerged at the right time to drive Africa's transformation.
You will do more than that. You will make Africa proud. You will make Africa powerful. You will make Africa peaceful, and you will make Africa prosperous. We will do our part. We pray that God will make you do your part.
We are gathered here as Pan-Africanists to endorse the candidature of Right Honorable Raila Odinga to bid for the African Union chairperson. As a chairman of the East Africa community, I strongly appeal to the region to rally behind Right Honorable Odinga. Adopt him as the region's candidate. Let us talk to our friends across the continent so that Right Honorable Odinga can be the next chairperson of the African Union.
It is with all this in mind that the government of the United Republic of Tanzania endorses the candidature of Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga for the position of chairperson of the African Union Commission. Tanzania know Odinga as Pan-Africanist leader who believes not only in the promise of African integration but also in its practicality. Excellencies, with Right Honorable Raila Odinga, we envision an African Union that is ever strong, that is championing Africa's socio-economic development, and that ensures Africa's voice takes center stage globally.
I am here to support the candidature of Raila Odinga. On behalf of Uganda, because he is a convinced Pan-Africanist.
The Honorable Raila Odinga is a celebrated statesman whose longevity in leadership has been sustained by an unrelenting devotion to democratic change as the foundation of sustainable freedom and prosperity. Kenya endorses his candidature unreservedly. I am confident that he will give his utmost and do all it takes to make Africa proud and Africa powerful.
A man of the people, a mobilizer par excellence, a nationalist, patriot to the core, selfless leader, a peacemaker, and a lifelong Pan-Africanist. Kenya's former cabinet minister and Prime Minister.
Mimi Raila Amolo Odinga.
The first African Union High Representative for Infrastructure Development from 2018 to 2023. Raila Amolo Odinga, with his profound leadership experience and diplomatic skills, demonstrates a keen understanding of Africa's challenges, embodies geopolitical awareness, and represents historical precedents through his commitment to consultative processes. His philosophy and experience make him the ideal candidate for the role of African Union Commission chairperson. His deep-rooted sense of African identity and commitment to Pan-Africanism are at the core of his political philosophy. His key focus and commitment are to harness Africa's rich and vast human and natural resources to command the global influence it rightfully warrants. He is an ardent champion of African unity, intra-African trade and integration. The Right Honorable Raila Odinga is a visionary, transformative and action-oriented leader who has consistently demonstrated admirable leadership qualities that will provide impetus in the actualization of Africa's priorities. This has been demonstrated through resource mobilization for the implementation of key infrastructure projects under the Program for Infrastructure Development in Africa. As a global statesman, he has represented Kenya across the continent and the continent across the world. He has been a peace mediator and election observer, illustrating expertise and experience to serve internationally as an effective advocate for Africa. In his tenure as Prime Minister of Kenya, he oversaw the national budget and implementation of fiscal policies that enhanced transparency and efficiency in public spending. He introduced performance contracting in the government, significantly improving public service delivery. Honorable Raila Odinga's leadership roles have consistently involved managing and leading diverse teams across different cultural and political contexts. As AU High Representative for Infrastructure Development, he led a team of advisors from various African countries, fostering a collaborative environment that leveraged cultural and political diversities. He has a proven track record of championing the voices of the underprivileged, building consensus among stakeholders from diverse backgrounds, and ensuring that policies and projects reflect the collective aspirations of the African people. The Right Honorable Raila Odinga is committed to harnessing Africa's youth's potential and has championed the adoption of technology in various capacities throughout his career. His role at the African Union involved promoting the integration of digital solutions in infrastructure projects such as the Continental High-Speed Train and Smart City initiatives. To align Africa to Agenda 2063 and usher the continent into a new era of shared prosperity, there is no better leader other than the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga.
Excellencies, I present to you a visionary Pan-African, a bold and wise leader, a professional and technocrat, as well as a towering statesman and a veteran mobilizer for positive change. Kenya endorses his candidature unreservedly, and we commit wholeheartedly to support his candidature, his vision, and his leadership.
The champion of Pan-Africanism. This is Africa's century.
Dans le pays d'ivoire et de verre, j'effacerai tes larmes, tes peines. Elle est trop beau pour une si belle. Aïcha, Aïcha, écoute-moi.